Next item is our superintendent's report. Mrs. Chanley?
Thank you very much. So I don't remember which member of the public, it definitely wasn't one of the people that continually bash me from a point where I sit here and remain silent, but I'm going to make the statement that one of the people made a comment, and I'm going to answer to it. At no time was there ever any deliberate malice of forethought, inappropriate intention in any way to deceive anyone at any time. And anybody. I'm recorded. I'm on YouTube. There's a channel for me. Whatever they need to do. They take pictures, whatever you need to do. I'm here because I believe in Monroe. I'm here because I'm a resident of Monroe. I'm here because I know that I can do great things. And I'm going to start off my board report because it is the last board meeting of the academic school year. Because the school year officially closes on June 31st, and a new school year begins on July 1st. So I just jotted down a few things. And I would like to compliment the Board of Education, and in consort with the Board of Education, as well as my assistant superintendent, who I refer to as my right hand, and I'm his right hand. We have done the following things since I have taken over on November 10th, 12th, 13th. I'm not sure. I'm sure we can go on someone's page and find out the exact date. That being said, I have to be flip every once in a while and be true to who I am. We have been able to have stopgap projects that have occurred within this school year, as well as being approved to start immediately. We are in the process of having a multi-sensory classroom, which I am so excited about. It has been on my agenda item since I was the principal for almost 5 years in the middle school. It has not been brought to fruition until I had the opportunity to be the person who was able to bring it to fruition. It's going to be a wonderful environment with soft benches and mirrors, which directly relate to self-esteem. And there's going to be a swing, for lack of a better term, that's going to be in there. It's going to be a fabulous place. Additionally, we are converting one of the current resource classrooms, which was part of the culinary arts program, which I had the pleasure of being part of when I did all the renovations in the middle school, I want to say 11 years ago, which is going to allow an opportunity to have a space, a positive space for when our children who have some special needs, and respectfully, as an adult, we all could use a space that we can go to. And my rocking chair, that was my rocking chair for my children, and like I said, we could probably go to the page on the Facebook to find out how many kids I have and when they were born. And I rocked my children in that rocking chair, and I asked my kids if they would mind if I gave it to the middle school to place it in that room, because that place is near and dear to my heart, because it's my school. I created it. So those are three things. Expansion of the special education programs. We are very excited to be able to say that we're going to be having a self-contained program, which is very well needed on the other side of town, and it's going to be in Woodland, and I believe the individual who's going to be approved is on the agenda this evening for that program. And why is that a big deal for those of you that care about kids? Because we currently have children that live on the side of Oak Tree and Applegarth that sit on a bus for 45 minutes to an hour and 20 every day for no other reason that we didn't have a home for them. We didn't have a teacher for them. We didn't have a program for them. So under my current tenure, and that is the correct word, even though I'm not permanent, in consort with this Board of Education support, which I think is incredible, and once again working collaboratively with Dr. Lehman, we now have a special education program that's going into Woodland. We are also taking an art room. I don't even need to look at my list because this is something that I live and breathe. And we're also taking an art room in Barclay Brook. We are totally psyched, and I'm going to use that unprofessional word because I'm psyched. And we are totally excited that we're going to be able to take this room, put it in a bathroom, a toileting room, put it in an appropriate sink, and make a current space, once again, for our very well-needed self-contained program where children can be treated as the human beings at the highest level that they should be treated. Not because we don't have space and we have to worry about other programs. We did something that has never been done in my 19 years here, and let me say this correctly because someone will look it up. 18 years, it will be starting my 19th year on August 21st of 2022 to be exact. For the first time ever, I have worked collaboratively on a weekly basis almost. I actually missed a phone call last week, I did not speak with her, to work with Dr. Villani for the first time ever that anybody has ever worked with Jamesburg, to bring the Jamesburg children, who are Monroe children when they hit this high school, to a place where they have a comfort level beginning in the 8th grade. For the first time ever, they became part of our culminating activity where we go every year except for the year of the dreaded C word, COVID, and they go to Frogbridge for the first time ever, and I am going to take credit for this, in the history of Monroe Township, we have welcomed those children as we should. I should not be complimented. It is a should. It is something that should be done. And I continue to work with Dr. Villani, and I've spoken to Dr. Higgins of the middle school. It is something that we have now memorialized, and I'm proud to say it's going to happen every year. And one comment I must make is when I meet with the the acting superintendent's representatives on a monthly basis, which is my best time. And I know that, I apologize, Ram, and I don't know your last name, I just know your first name and your wife's name. Two of his children happen to be, by the way, I did not select them, two of his children happen to be on that council. And we meet monthly and we talk about food and we talk about other things. One of the young ladies on that committee is a Jamesburg student, a Monroe student. She came from Jamesburg and she said, you know, Mrs. Chanley, my cousin went on that trip to Frogbridge, and I wish they had that when I had to come to the high school, because it took me almost the entire year to become, like I felt, like a real Monroe student. But now these people are having an opportunity, these kids are having an opportunity to walk into the doors feeling like they are part of the Monroe community, because they are. Not any less than any Monroe Township High School student. And lastly, I will end my patting on the back, which I have to tell you, the 1, 2, 3, actually I counted, the 11 people of the 44,000 residents, the 7,000 children, the 1,200 employees, and approximately 14,000 parents that are part of our community. That is not all of the community saying who is appropriate and who is not appropriate. We will have a referendum that will be voted on in April of 2023. So I stand here, or rather I sit here, and I hold myself up high with my qualifications, and it is the Board of Education's decision to make who they believe will be the appropriate permanent superintendent. In spite of the lying and disparaging comments at which I am abused on a daily basis. And I thank you so much for allowing me. And at this time, I will go directly to the superintendent's approval report.